What's up, guys? So, had a newer subscriber ask me about bench press and make a video on it, given my bench press prowess. So, for the noob that's going to get into powerlifting, I'd probably just bench twice a week. First day would be like a 5x5 with progressive overload. Second day, I'd do a 10x10 with progressive overload. Oh my God, so much volume. Your bench press does not affect your CNS that much. Volume on bench press. And for your accessories, you're going to be getting plenty of work for your triceps, your pecs, your shoulders, just by bench pressing. So upper back, barbell rows, Pendlay rows, croc rows, lat pull downs, pull ups, face pulls, shit like that. Big back, big bench. So yeah, I just do that and keep going until progress stops, and it's going to be a long time before progress stops, and you're going to be fucking jacked with a huge bench press in a short amount of time. If you weren't interested in powerlifting and just want to focus on bench press, and you can bench 4 to 5 times a week, so long as you're practicing good form and have good technique. Like I said, it is not taxing on your central nervous system. And you can really blow your bench up. For those who are unaware, back when I very first started lifting, I did not know what powerlifting was. I had a bench, I had some weights, and people always asked, how much do you bench? So me and my boy would bench 4 or 5 times a week. Nothing in here as far as like training programming. We'd bench heavy, we'd bench often, we'd bench to failure almost every fucking set. In a year, I went from 230 to 405. He went from like 135 to 260 at 135 pounds body weight. And that's all we did was bench and eat. We played basketball was our lower body. We didn't know what the fuck powerlifting was. So yeah, volume goes a long way on bench. Even now, I've squatted 775 pounds in reps. I've squatted 630 pounds naked knee. I front squatted 505 pounds. I've deadlifted 675. Oftentimes my working sets on bench are still heavier and with more volume than the other two lifts, just because they're that much easier to train, because it's not taxing on your nervous system. It's not as hard as squats or deadlifts are in general, easier to recover from, so you can stimulate it more. And again, upper back, upper back, upper back. As far as accessories go, as you get to be more advanced and you do back down on your volume and stuff, certainly work your arms in there, shoulders if you must. I don't do really much direct shoulder work at all. That said, upper back, is the way to go as far as your main accessories to help your bench. Outside of your pecs and your triceps, but you get plenty of that within the bench press itself. So I do triceps here and there, close grips, obviously, big tricep exercise. I don't film all my accessories again. Maybe I'll do one day. I just feel like it's boring as fuck to watch a video with all the accessories and stuff too. But 90% of my accessory work for my bench is upper back, because everything up here, my triceps, my shoulders, I've got pretty large shoulders. I don't do any direct shoulder work. My shoulders got big from benching and getting fat. Which leads me to my next point with your bench press. You want your bench press to go up, gain some fucking weight. You're doing all this volume, you're stimulating your muscles. Get big, eat. Your body weight goes up with all this work you're doing, your bench press will go up too. It just is what it is. I'm not saying you can't increase your bench press while staying at a certain weight. Certainly there's neural adaptation involved as well. And recently, well, I can't tell you yet because I haven't uploaded it on YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram or on my Facebook, you recently saw that I just hit a Larson Press rep PR, being 30 pounds deep into a cut, which is unusual for me, especially on bench press, to hit a PR. But that's, again, neural adaptation. I've really been training my volume on Larson presses, and I hit a volume PR. I still don't think I could one rep on my Larson press what I could when I was 30 pounds heavier, but it'd probably be close, give or take, and I can't wait to gain the weight back. Anyway, I'm going on about myself there, but yeah, high volume, you can high frequency. Again, with powerlifting is your goal, 2 times a week. You could sneak in a third day, and if you did sneak in a third day benching, I would just make it like a pump day, 30 to 40% high reps, just get a nice little pump in there, help blood flow, aid in recovery. So that's about to where I'm at now. Now with me, you want to hear some anecdotal shit and maybe try to emulate how I train my bench press now. What I do in my off seasons, I exclusively Larson press. Larson press is my favorite variation because it is very close to being a competition bench press. All I'm doing is bringing my legs off the floor. I still set up a little bit of an arch. I can't get as much of an arch as when my feet are on the floor, but I do still set up a little baby arch. So it increases the range of motion slightly, but it is very identical to bench pressing itself. The movement, the unracking, bringing it down, pressing it, is really no different at all mechanically. And it's easy on my lower back, which if you are a hard arching bench presser, it does take a lot from your lower back, and I like to save my lower back for squats and deadlifts training. So I Larson press exclusively in the off season. I tend to follow like a linear periodization with volume. Like I'll do 5 sets of 10 with 315 and 320 and 325. What I would suggest to most people, and if I was coaching somebody, I would reset them. When you hit a wall, start back over and start again. Me, when I hit that wall, I tend to go another direction for a week to a month just to have fun because I get bored. Which my last two bench sessions are just kind of me being bored and trying to top myself. So anyway, but yeah, I love Larson presses for the off season. High volume in the off season, building muscle, hypertrophy, eating food, and then come time to peak it, I put my feet back down. My peaking program is so fucking simple, and it's worked for me for a couple years now. I altered it slightly before this last meet, just due to some instinct within me, but it's 4 weeks of 5x5. Start with something where on that last set, you should be able to get 7 to 8 reps, and then increase the weight each week into that 5x5. The last week, your 5th rep of your 5th set of that 4-week block should be an RPE 9 or harder. You did it right. And then transition into 4-week block of 3x3s. Same concept. That first week, your 3rd set, the first day, you should be able to get 4 to 5 reps on it. Increase that. 3rd rep, 3rd set of the last week of that 4-week block should be an RPE 9.5. And then I transition into doing singles, heavy singles and speed work for the last 4 weeks to get my body ready for it. It's worked like a charm. I do that with all 3 of my lifts. That's the one time my 3 lifts are programmed essentially the same as for when I peak them. But yeah, that's where I'm at now. Cut should be over soon, and I'll keep that to myself because I got another video coming. I'm gonna address to you guys how I plan to attack the off season once I start bringing calories back in. Right now, I'm getting near the end of my cut. I've been focusing on volume, increasing my work capacity during the cut on all my lifts. I've been getting kind of bored lately, ready for the cut to be over, so just been doing dumb shit here the last couple weeks. It happens to the best of us. So. Yeah, there you go. Hope this was informative.